Morning everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday video. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Today we are going to make a fun fold card. I don't really have a name for it. A fellow demonstrator had swapped this card with us and I loved it and have used it in a class, but thought I'd make it with you today using some product out of our new catalog. So I've got Stampin' Up! News on my desk. Let's go down and have a look. Right. There we go. All right. There's the new catalog, the May to August catalog that we have. And if you do not have a demonstrator or you haven't got your hands on one of these yet and would like one, please contact me. You can contact me through my email, mrgorn@shaw.ca, or my Stampin' Up! Website, margaretgorn.stampinup.net, and I can get one of these into your hands. Gorgeous catalog. So we are using products today. I should have marked it off here. The Relaxing Water Side, and I'm sure you've seen it. Lots of people have been using it. It's on page 20 and 21. So it's got the Adirondack chair and all the elements for by the water. And I know a lot of people were using it for Father's Day cards. Our card today is not a Father's Day card, but it could be. So that's what we're using today. I will get into some of the Stampin' Up! News first, I think. Make sure you're checking the last chance list. I just was on there again and realized a few things have disappeared off of it that I own, so I had to pull them out of my stock here. But there's still lots of good things on there and they're at a discount. So good time to have a look at it. The Scenic Coast Craft class has happened already, but you can still purchase it. And if you purchase it, you get the private Facebook page and you will have it forever, this class. So it was a good one using the Scenic Coast Suite collection of products. So the number was 171476. It was $41. You can still purchase it. The Paper Pumpkin, new Paper Pumpkin. It's a new quarter here. So we've got Hooray for Birthdays. So this one, you need to subscribe before July the 10th. They are easel cards. I think they're really cute. So they don't do fun fold cards very often. So this is an interesting one. Two-step flower stamps. So again, it looks like it's going to be very interesting. 9 cards, each of 3 designs. You get the envelopes, and your Stampin' Spot is going to be Timid Tiger this time. There is dies that go with the next 3 months, July, August, and September. The dies are called Detail Flora dies. 168, 664, $18. And it looks like you get a circle, some flowers with some stems and some leaves. So that will go along with the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkins. Okay. The product of the month for June. I'm sure you've seen it. It's all over social media. People are making these cards like crazy. The stamp set is called Wild Bunch, and it has all these cute little critters in it. And the greetings, some background stamps. I think it's really cute. So when you're ordering with Stampin' Up!, once your order hits $100, you are able to purchase this for $7. So you can add it on to your $100 or more order for $7. So it's available now. The product of the month for May was the Berry Botanic Vellum, and it is still available. So again, you need to purchase $100 and you can add this on for $7. It's 12 sheets, 3 each of 4 single-sided designs of vellum, and it's very heavy. I did show it to you. I do have it here still on my desk because I've been using it. So it is gorgeous. So just excuse the cut up pieces. But this is one of the patterns. And this one I really liked because I was able to cut individual flowers and leaves out to accent a card that I was making. So that's one of the designs. This one is very similar because it's similar in color, but it's much denser pattern. And I've got pieces of it sitting here. And then there was the Fresh Freesia Plaid. which I think is really pretty. And you can see that this is vellum because you can see my hand through here. But it is it's quite thick. I think it's thicker than our regular vellum that we have. And then this was the Peaceful Pine with the dot on it, which I think is really nice. So that is still available. Great buy for $7. And you get all those sheets of vellum. So that's still available. And I think that's pretty much our news for today. So I will put this to the side and we'll get started on our card. Now, I will show you what my inspiration was. This was from a fellow demonstrator, and we were in a swap, and she had swapped this card. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you get it in the envelope. And then when you open it, it's got like a tower there, but it has a little card here, like this, on the side. So it stands like this. Love it. And it is so pretty and so different. So that was a fellow demonstrator, Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. This is my inspiration for today's card. And I have used it in one of my classes, so I will share that card with you at the end that we made in class. But this is a different one. So we are using, as I said, the waterside, relaxing waterside stamps and dies. And I also am using the Everyday Arches, 2 of the Everyday Arches dies. The paper that I'm using is the Waterside Retreat paper, and this is the page that I am taking a piece out of. There's 2 pieces like this. They reverse over to this stripe. So they're all the little scenes that you can cut them out separately. So I cut this scene out, this piece out here with the dock on it, and I only used a portion of it because I cut it with my Everyday Arch, so I'll show you that. But we'll start with our card base. Today our card base is gray granite. It is 5.5 by 8.5. So it's like this. I've already scored mine. So it's a regular card, 5.5 by 8.5, like that. I'm scoring it, and I did it this way. I scored it at 4 1/4, 5.5, 6 3/4, and 8. And so this is your, what I'm calling that tower piece that stands like that. So it's going to get glued in there like that. Okay, and then we're adding our card piece over here. So this card piece, the little card that I'm using, is basic gray, 2 3/4 by 10.5, scored at 5 1/4. So it's just a little card like this that's going to go here. I liked the contrast of the colors of gray. And then the Everyday Arches, I cut the 3rd largest. So going from the outside, 1, 2, 3. I cut it out of gray, basic gray. So that's my one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th largest is what I used to cut out of my designer series paper. And this way, I cut it like this. I wanted that part of it. So that's how I cut it. So it looks like this. So that's going to lay on there. And I've made the Adirondack chair, and I did it in pecan pie. And I'm going to show you that, the makeup of that chair, just in case you haven't seen it and are a little confused. I will share that with you. You also need a piece of white to go inside your little card to do your writing on. And this piece of basic white is 2.5 by 5. So it goes in here like this. I have already stamped on mine, as I often do. So we'll look at that after. I have stamped some of the elements from the Waterside Retreat stamp set. I stamped this set of grasses and this set of grasses, the book, and the word I used on the outside is relax, and I used the smallest of the Everyday Arches for my greeting. I thought I'd keep it in that mode of arches. Sorry, I can't get it out of here. And you'll see the length of this. Well, I wanted the word relax. Well, this is the word relax stamped on white with, I used Pool Party, but it was too long. It was longer than I wanted. So you know how to, I think most of you know how to alter your dies to shorten them. If you don't, that's something we can talk about on another day, but I did shorten this one. So that's my greeting. There's my grasses that I stamped, and I stamped the book. There's a little book in here, right here. And it's really cute. There's also a coffee cup, which is really cute. So I've done all those elements, and we'll get to putting it together. Not a hard card to put together once you have all your score lines in place. This looks, and you know, you go, oh, how am I going to get this straight and make sure that I got it right? What you do, because I showed you how this card folded flat, so you're just going to fold the card flat like that, and that will be in the right spot. So what we do is we put a little bit of glue on this, and then we fold it flat. So I'm going to use my liquid glue today and put it along this. You can use tear and tape if you wanted, but I think the liquid glue is very strong. So again, I'm just folding it, folding it in like that. Just fold it in like that, and then fold your card closed. Or you can close it this way, I guess would be the easiest. Just close it on top like that. I do recommend that you burnish those score lines really well, because you want them to stand up. You know, when you have your card, you want them to be nice and crisp. So I do recommend that you do that. But there it is. I'm just going to let it sit for a second before I pop it back open. Oh, I didn't mention, I forgot to mention I have some other designer series paper from the same package of paper, because we're going to decorate all these pieces. And I was thinking I should have maybe done that first. It might have been easier, but that's okay. But I thought it's from the paper is from this package. I just have to think which piece I used. I used the back of the bicycle paper. So this is the pattern, but the back of it has all these seagulls on it, and it's in that beautiful pool party color. So I used that, and I cut a piece for the front here, which is 2.5 by 5, and then I wanted a piece on each one of these columns. So they are 1 inch by 5 1/4. So you need 3 of those. So I cut a continuous piece, not that it matters, but, and then I thought, oh, it's kind of plain looking. So I want to run it through an embossing folder. I did pull a just retired embossing folder, Soft Waves. So it looks like this. I'll bring this so you can see it. So I know it is retired, but I did use it. And I put my pieces in like this. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So this is the continuous piece. These ones are a bit longer than this one, but I just laid them in here. Again, not that it matters. And I ran it through the embossing folder, and I really like the look of this. So it's embossed. So now we're going to put those pieces on. This is a really good embossing folder. It's really deep. So I have that for the front of here, and I thought that just added something. And then I have all these pieces, and they are in order. You can see I left them in order, so I could put them on now. Now, again, I could have done this prior to putting my tower piece together, but that's okay. We can do it now. It's not a big deal. Just make sure you've got enough glue on the embossed pieces if you're embossing, because they are quite deep. Okay. So this one is going here. And gray granite is one of the colors in this package of paper. Basic gray is not. That's the darker gray that I used, but I like the way it picked up the gray in the dock and sort of in the trees at the back there. I really liked the way it looked, so I went with it. That's the nice thing about Stampin' Up. You can often, there's more than the colors that they list on the back that coordinate with their paper. So it's always a good idea to even take sheets of your cardstock and lay it with your designer series paper, and lots of times things go together, you know, and look really good with it. So, okay, like I said, the paper is continuous. It doesn't really matter. I didn't, because you're really not going to see it all together, but I thought kind of like the way that worked out. So I really like this embossing folder and haven't used it enough, and now it's retired, so I thought it has that sea feel to it, the waves. So I thought this was a good one to use for this particular card with this paper. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so there's our pieces on there. All right, you can see that these really, there really is a lot of depth in these. That embossing folder. Okay, and I'm going to put this piece on the front of this. And I told you that I stamped some of the grasses, and I'm sort of using that as my embellishments on here. So I'm going to put this on the front of the card, just like that. And the inside of the card I did stamp with "It's Your Day." That's another one of the greetings that's on the stamp set. It's, today is your day. And I stamped one of those grasses, and then I used my blending brush, and I just put some pool party on it so they weren't so white looking, and I liked the way that looked. So this card I thought could be for Father's Day, or it could be just for a birthday. I definitely think it is a more masculine kind of card, but of course I like the ocean too, so I wouldn't be opposed to getting this card. All right, so that's in there, and then this is just attached to your card base, and you just center it, so we can just glue that on, and then we'll attach our arches there and get it decorated up. Okay, so this is just centered on here, like that. So there's the card, and it will come to you like this, and then you can open it up. And you have to move this in order to open this. So they will know to move this over, and it stands like that. Okay, so let's work on this part. This is our front sort of focal point. So I just glued this designer series paper on. Like this. So again, centered onto the arch, giving you the equal border all the way around, like that. And the Adirondack chair that I cut out, I was thinking I'm going to put it right here. And the book is going to be on the arm of the chair like that. And I did cut some grasses. So those grasses I was thinking, let's move this card. I was thinking of putting them there because there's nothing on there, but we'll just see. I haven't decided yet. And the word relax, which I stamped in Pool Party, and then I used my blending brush again and just blended a little blue on it because it was just too stark white. I thought I would just put it like that. So the chair is just going to be glued down onto this. And before we do that, I'll show you how this works. This goes on here, and it's only going on this center piece. But when you fold your card flat, you can see how she put this on. So there's an edge here. So you want a bit of an edge on each side, and I think I'll center it top to bottom, but I want it there. So what I did is I put my finger there, and all I did was I ran glue on this center column up to where I think it's going to go, because you only want the glue here. You don't want the glue on the parts that's overhanging, of course. So now I will put this back like that, and it's only glued on that center tower piece. So when you open it like this, there's no glue on the back of our arch there. There's no glue on the back of the arch here. It's perfect in there. So that's what it's going to stand like. That's what it looks like when you receive it. It will look like this, folded flat. So let's get our chair on there. And the chair I can put right to the edge like that, like overhanging a little bit, because you can see that it's not overhanging the card. So I think that's the way I'm going to like it. And I just want to see where I want to put glue. So I can put glue on this arm. And I want it on the legs to make sure the legs stay down. And I will show you the construction of this if you haven't done it yet, if you own these dies. It is a little tricky, and I wasn't too sure about it. I did watch another demonstrator put hers together, and I went, oh, I get it now. So it's Stampin' Up! Is very smart about these things. They sure know how to make them look. It does look 3D-ish to me. Look at the armrests. Does it not? Just the way you do the, oh, I can see that's popped off of there. Just the way you do the armrests, I think it is brilliant, because you add that little piece and it really makes them look 3D. So there's our chair. And I'm going to just have the book balanced on the armrest. And again, I don't want it to hang off of my card, so I have to be aware of that. It can go on this side, but I didn't like it that way. It can go on the seat of the chair, but I'm just going to put it, I had it all figured out here. Just a sec. I just want to put it on the armrest. It looks like it's flipped over the armrest. So I will just put a little glue on the armrest, I think. And then that's where it will be. I think I'm just going to put it kind of like, I have to be careful, it can't hang over. So I can put it like that. So it's just on the armrest. And I thought I would pop this up on dimensionals because I don't have anything on dimensionals yet. So we'll take those backs off. I'm not adding any ribbon or twine. We do have gray granite baker's twine in the Baker's Essential Pack. I think maybe I want to have it down here. I don't want to cover up the dock and all of that. So there. And then these grasses, I thought I'd put here. And that just gives something else on that panel, because Carolyn put some flowers on hers, and I think that looks really nice. So I think it's nice to have something here. So I'm just going to glue this on flat. And we are basically done. Like I said, you could add twine. This suite also comes with anchor trinkets. I don't have them, but they are in this suite. So that could have been an option also. So there we go. That's what it looks like. Closed, it's going to look like this when the recipient gets it. And then it will open like this. And they need to pull that back so you can open this to see the inside. I love this card. I think it is so cool. So it stands like that. You know me and wanting cards that stand up properly. So I'll give you a quick idea about putting the Adirondack chair together if you haven't done it. I do have the dies here to share with you so you can see them. Now, when I get my stamp sets now, the new ones, I take a fine black tip marker and I go around all my dies while I haven't moved them. I haven't taken any of them off yet. So I know that I'm missing 3 dies. So the 3 dies I've got is the chair. So that's the base. And I'm doing this one in white just to share with you. So there's the chair. And I thought I'll do the different back. There is a flat back chair. Like this one is the Adirondack with that curved back, but this is the flat backed one. I don't know. I'm just going to call it a deck chair. So I'm going to do that one, but they're put together exactly the same way. And these funny little pieces are the armrests that make it look 3D-ish. Okay, so I've cut them out of white. I'll bring in my silicone mat so you can see them. So there's the chair. That's this piece here. I'm going to put my die back. Here's the back. So I'm just calling this a deck chair, so that would be the back. And when you cut out, oh, I forgot to mention this, when you cut out with this die, you can see here there's a wood grain piece here. This piece pops off. So it's a decorative piece that you can add to the front of your chair right there. So you're going to get that out of this die also. Okay, and then you get the two armrest pieces that come like that, and there's the back. So I will put my pieces back away. Then I know I've got them and they're not missing. Now, to put it together, you can see the back has this slot, and before I put glue on, you can see you just slide it in the back of the chair here, and it goes on like that. You can also see that there's a bar across here and a bar across the top, which is going to need a little bit of glue to stick this on. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and I realize now cutting it out in white maybe wasn't the best idea because you can't really see what I'm doing. White glue on white cardstock, but I'll just sit that there. I am going to put glue on this tab on the front of it, and then it gets slid into place in the chair. And so I'm going to tip it like this and put it down right into place like that. And then this, sorry, I've got it a little up here. Just have to wiggle it a little bit till you get it straight. There we go. And stuck it down on those two bars, and there it is. So there's the little tab in the back and the bars that I put glue on. Perfect. So there's the back of the chair. Now, if you wanted to put this accent piece of wood on, it goes right across here. I will add that. And then we'll do the armrests. So this goes right onto here. Fits perfectly in there. Just like that. So there you can see that there's a bit of wood grain accent on here, and now on here. And the armrest pieces go right at the top. So they go right on the top of the arms here. One there and one here. And they are odd looking pieces. I know when I first saw them, I thought, what are these? But they fit perfectly onto here. And they just make this arm look like it's amazing to me how it makes it look 3D-ish. Does that not change the look of that chair? I think it is so cool. So that's how it goes together. And the other one with the Adirondack back with the curved back is exactly the same thing. So there's the two different chairs. Love it. Love this die set. Love this set. I think it's going to make some excellent cards. And the paper's gorgeous. The Waterside Retreat, or Relaxing Waterside it's called. Paper. I did bring in some embellishments, the 2025-2027 flat pearls, and I thought, being that I used the dark basic gray, I could have used these Secret Sea pearls, or I could have used the cloud cover pearls, but I don't think it needs anything. I really like it just the way it is. So I'm going to just leave it, but that's an option. I will bring in the other card that I made, that we made these in class. This was another one we did with some retired paper. You might recognize it. And this one just says, thinking of you. And it opens like this. Oops. And I haven't got a greeting on the inside yet. I thought it would make a nice sympathy card. It's very serene, and it closes like that. So it just has the gold accents on it. So, and I use some of the twine. So those are the three cards. My inspiration, I'm going to put thank you to Carolyn in the middle, and put the cards there like that for you to see. All right. I think that's all I have to share with you today. Hope everybody has a great week.